All right, greetings, everyone. This is Chief Kalanago. You already know how I do on my channel. It's all about information. It's all about educating the people. And first, I got to make a disclaimer. I have a very special guest. But as I say on my platform, I always let you guys know that I'm not ever giving financial advice. What I do personally, I bring the education and I enlighten people about money, how it works, and how to make your money work for you. And today, like I said, we have a very special guest. This gentleman is definitely a leader in his own right, an entrepreneur. Literally, he's a trendsetter and he does things on his own terms. I really do mean that, because whatever he does, they say whatever he does, it touches gold, it turns into gold. But I tell people, for him, it's more so he knows how to take risk opposed to just waiting for things to happen for him. And I've known Mr. Mason for a little over 2 years, almost 3 years now, because I'm a member of his organization. He is the CEO of ZTEG, and the gentleman is just a genius. I mean, really, let's just keep it real. And what we are going to do today is he's going to tell you himself, a little bit about himself, and then why we are here and what we are bringing to you. Because as we know, the world is changing and currencies are changing. And like I told y'all before, who would have thought in our lifetime that we would get to see our currency change? But it's not just changing, but Mr. Mason has literally revolutionized a cryptocurrency where you're able to, you know what, before I do that, I'm not even going to get into that. Mr. Mason, welcome. Tell them who you are, sir.
Okay, you know what, Chief, I noticed something that I am super sorry about this. But when my haste to get this new computer up, I typed in the wrong web address for our website. I misspelled it.
Okay, that's fine. I got it, and I'll put in the link.
And so,
and we'll reiterate what the link, what the address is. So it's in the link. I'll let them know that it's www.ztegcrypto.com, and we'll keep putting it in the chat.
Can I, mind if I change it, man? Because I really wanted to use this video.
Go ahead.
I don't know how to change it except to come out and come back right back in. If y'all just give me a moment to do that.
Yeah, you could do that. That's fine.
Okay, just give me a moment, because we want this to be right across the board. So, so let me get out of here. Just give me a second. I'll be right back.
All right, guys. Well, Mr. Mason is going to come right back. And like I said, family, you know me. I keep telling y'all, I'll keep reiterating that broke people don't have a voice. Okay, and what really separates people is the have and the have-nots. And the way things are happening right now, the way the universe have literally opened up, I'm telling you, the average person now have an opportunity to build wealth. All right. And literally, I'm talking about in abundance. So he's back, and let's get started. Hopefully everything is good this time, Mr. Mason. It's all yours. So let the people know who you are, please.
Okay. Sorry about all these little glitches here. I always tell people I've been working with computers and stuff for, my goodness, really most of my life. And whenever something bad happens with a computer, I always say, I blame Putin right now, the Russians. I said, them doggone Russians won't leave us alone, I used to blame bin Laden, but they got him. So now I blame everything on the Russians when something don't go right with computers. But anyway, my name is Troy, and I've never had a job. All I've ever done is kind of create products and services and bring them to market. And I can say that I've been blessed with kind of just a knack for seeing trends and just kind of how things work and how they're put together. And I'm able to find little niches inside of that once we're able to kind of open people's minds and show them things that maybe they really wouldn't normally see, that we've turned that into a business. They've been able to help a number of people to make money in a number of various ways.
Okay, beautiful. All right, so I know we're gonna get right to the point, because I know you're a busy man, and I really appreciate you coming on. And then I tell people, family, I'm just gonna let you guys know this, right? Troy is the only CEO that I know, and that's just from the heart, not because he's here. Troy is the only CEO that I know that anybody that's in his organization could pick up the phone and call, and he answers the phone. I've never seen that before in my life. All right. So this gentleman is truly about everybody. I'm talking about from the bottom up. making sure everybody wins. But Mr. Mason, we're here today particularly because we see that our currencies are changing, and even more so cryptocurrencies taking over the world. And you just happen to get an idea that you brought to life. So first, tell us, why the crypto space first?
Okay, first of all, I was not interested in crypto whatsoever. We have a number of various projects going and so forth. I was, of course, aware of cryptocurrency, but I didn't know much about it at all, anything like that. I had never really taken a look at it. And then I started noticing that a number of cryptocurrencies were being created. And so I started doing some research, and I realized that over $1 trillion a day is literally being put into cryptocurrency. And the more closely I looked at it, what I realized was that this was not just a fad, that this was something that literally was what I deemed to be the largest transference of wealth the world has ever seen. That I'm telling you that right now, only about 2% of the people own any cryptocurrency. But if you can just imagine this for a moment, there was a time where a very small amount of people had a television, a very small amount of people had a microwave, a very small amount of people had a cell phone. Okay, but now these are items that everybody has. And what I'm telling you is that cryptocurrency is another one of these items that only 2% of people have it today, but in the future, is something that virtually everybody's going to have. And whenever you find something like that, that very few people have today, and you're able to get involved in the industry at its very early stages because you have access to information that 98% of people don't have access to, then there's fortunes to be made in getting in a space like that early. And so what we've done when I started looking at all the crypto out there and what they were doing, the very first thing that caught my attention was that without fail, here, okay, let me shut this off. Without fail, everybody who buys cryptocurrency, literally, I interviewed people, I spoke to people, I watched this with my own two eyes. They buy their cryptocurrency and they sit around, they actually cross their fingers and hope that they're going to make money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a plan, strategy, nothing. They have absolutely no strategy whatsoever. And they, except crossing their fingers and hoping that the price goes up. And so we're talking about over $1 trillion a day that people are just guessing at whether or not they're going to make money or not, Chief. And when I saw that, I said, well, if we can come up with a way to create a currency that will give people a way to see a pattern and to be able to understand how it moves and stuff like that, that it would give them a much greater chance of being able to make money.
Mm-hmm. Okay, beautiful. So in light of saying that, a lot of times people think, buying cryptocurrencies is about the name of the currency more so than the timing. So can you please elaborate on the timing of buying cryptocurrencies opposed to whatever it's called?
Yeah, that's another thing I noticed right off the bat is that everybody was asking the wrong question. Everybody said, what currency should I buy? What currency should I buy? That was the wrong question, really, because see, what I found out was it doesn't matter what currency you really buy, whether it could be the most popular currency in the world, which is Bitcoin. There's people that bought Bitcoin when it hit $60,000 a coin. The next day they woke up, Bitcoin was worth $30,000. Okay. So even though it's the most popular coin, that was not the reason to buy it. Okay. And then you have a lot of coins out here that people never heard of before, and wouldn't give a second thought. Yet there are people who buy that currency, and within a very short period of time, that currency is up 20, 30,000%. So the currency doesn't matter. What matters is not what currency you buy, but buying the currency at the right time. If you had bought Bitcoin when it was still at $1 or under $1, that was the right time to buy it, not once it went up to thousands of dollars a coin. So, so timing is more important than anything. However, therein lies the problem. When is the right time to buy? Nobody has the answer to that. Nobody had the answer to that until we sit down and figured out a way to try to kind of help people to be able to see a pattern so that they can make a wise decision as to when is a good time to buy and when is a good time to sell.
Beautiful, beautiful. I appreciate that. So, since we are not, and I could also, I could speak on your behalf into as far as we are not here to give financial advice. However, what is your ultimate goal with creating your own token, your own coin? Before we even tell them the name, why did
Okay.
you create that? I mean, even yes, we know it makes money, but why else? What other, what are the whys for wanting to help people so much?
Okay. Well, number one, um, our organization is really about helping people to, uh, to benefit financially from. I kind of call it like a country club. If you think about it this way, why do people join a country club? They don't join. They don't spend $50,000, $100,000 a year to join a country club in essence to play golf. They really want to be around. They join it so that they're in the room with other smart, intelligent, sharp people, and so when opportunities present themselves, they have access to those opportunities and they're able to typically to benefit from those opportunities because they are in the room. And so when I look at it, we don't really have those kinds of structures built, in a sense that the typical person can take advantage of. And so, that's kind of how our background, how we wanted to be as a company. So when we looked at cryptocurrency, I saw it as really being a gateway for anybody. I'm talking about, I don't care how old you are. I don't care, where you grew up. I don't care what race you are, what religion you are. None of that matters, okay? Because with cryptocurrency, what matters is if you can gain just even a little bit of understanding and be a part of a cryptocurrency that is designed in such a way that you're able to spot the patterns, then you can make money. It is just not a question about that because you can make wise decisions if you can understand what you're looking at. And so our currency was designed so that you can understand what you are looking at. Give you an example. If you know on this time that the price is going to be low, and you know at another time that the price is more than likely going to be high, then that's 99% of the information you need to know in order to make money. If you know it's going to be low here and you know it's going to be high here, well, anybody, a fifth grader, can make money if they can spot that trend or that pattern. The problem with every other currency out is that there is no pattern. It's like you're in the middle of an ocean in a raft with these other currencies, and you're hoping that the currents will take you to Hawaii. Well, certainly some people get out on a raft, and the currents indeed take them to Hawaii. But the vast majority of people that get out on that raft in the middle of the ocean end up going nowhere because they don't have a rudder, they don't have a motor, they have no map, no strategy, nothing. They just got their fingers crossed, hoping they get somewhere. Well, as a businessman, that's not good enough for me. So again, what we wanted to do was create a currency that kind of took as much of the guesswork out of it as humanly possible, so that anybody who purchased our currency after just a very short period of time, they'll be able to look at it and say, okay, you know what? At this time, I see the price is low right here. It's designed for the price to go low at certain times. And when you see the low price, buy more of it, okay? Accumulate it. The reason you want to accumulate it, especially when it's under a penny, it's very cheap right now. You accumulate as much of it as you can because as the value of it rises, you have an opportunity literally to change your life because these things have the potential to really, really, really go up quite a bit in value. And same thing goes for even people who want to just buy and sell. Again, if you know that the price is going to be low here, you can buy it when it's low. And then you know that the price is typically when you at a particular time is going to go up in value. When it goes up, if you want to sell, sell when it's high. I watched so many people make this mistake. They would buy a cryptocurrency and then they would sell it because somebody else is selling it. And even if they sold it at a loss, they were doing that. And I said, well, why are people doing it? And the reason they were doing it is because they had no strategy whatsoever. So they knew nothing, had no clue what they were doing. So they were literally buying it. And instead of giving themselves even a chance to make money, they sold it because they saw other people selling it, you
Right.
know. And so it's just a mistake that people make. And we try to help people to not make those same mistakes, to use good standard business um, uh, philosophy, and buy, which is buy low and sell high. Sounds
Indeed.
simple, but
Indeed.
most people don't do that.
Indeed, indeed. So now everybody's excited and the information because again, this is new. And I tell people, don't be afraid of change, embrace change. To me, taking a risk, and I always tell people this, the worst investor always have a better chance at success than the best employee or consumer. So with that being said, let us know what is the name of, and again, to me, that was genius. What is the name of the token or crypto that you have created? And I know also you came up with a strategy where every week you
Yeah,
make sure that the people who come in at
right,
the last or the bottom, they're able to make
right.
money. Tell us the
I'll
name of
show
the
you how it
token,
works.
please. Tell us the name of the token and
Okay,
the strategy
okay,
that you came up with.
okay. The name of of our crypto is called ZTEG, ZTEG crypto, and you can get to it by ztegcrypto.com. All right. Now, here's the secret sauce to it. Okay. What I noticed with every single cryptocurrency, I mean all of them, is that when that currency basically was launched, the price of it shot up. Okay. And so what I did is I actually went through and looked at all these different currencies and I gave them what I call phases that a currency goes through. And so in the initial phase is the seed phase, typically when the currency is being created and really nobody knows about it. And then it goes into a promotion phase. And that's where they kind of promote it to other people, start to find out about it. And then when people find out about it, they start to buy it and it goes to what's called exponential growth. So it'll start growing and it'll grow rapidly and the value will go up. And then when the value goes up, people start selling to take profits. And then that brings the value back down. So when the value comes down, then what typically happens is it goes into volatility stage. If you ever bought any cryptocurrency, you probably bought during this phase. And that's where it's up and down, up and down, up and down. You know, not much happening except up and down, up and down. And so everybody's trying to catch that big wave of exponential growth, but not, that only typically happens for a very short period of time. And then it goes into the volatility stage, up and down, up and down. Then you have maturity phase, is where for the long-term person, they're able to sit back and look at it and say, okay, is the trend for this currency, even though it's going up and down, is it still upward trend so that over time, the value is more over time. Forget what happens on a day-to-day basis. They don't care about that. They care about over the next year, will the value be up 500%, 1,000, 5,000%? And if it's an upward trend, then then they're happy about that. Or is it a downward trend? It looks like over the next 12 months or so, this currency look like it's going to just continue to go down. And so again, once you kind of able to back off and see these things, then it makes it a lot easier for you to make your decision. But the way we did it to help you to see it is we used I took something from old school and brought it to this new technology. What we do is we only allow new people to purchase our currency on Thursdays. Okay. So we have a clock on our website. Very first to come up with this. We put a clock on our website. When this clock ticks down to zero at Thursday at 12 noon Central Standard Time, the clock will go away and you'll have the actual address to get the currency. So we do all our promotions throughout the week, okay?
Oh, and
If you
Mr.
scroll
Mason,
up, you'll see the clock.
while you're talking about that, I'm showing them the website, so you could go ahead and I
Yeah,
want to
go
show
up
them,
and you
kind of
go up
let
a
them
little bit, you can
visualize
see the clock at the top,
at the top.
okay?
Okay, yeah,
Right
right here.
there.
Yeah.
All right. So it says on each Thursday at 12 noon Central, our cryptocurrency is open for new people to purchase. So that clock right there tells you exactly how much time it is for it to hit zero. So at 12 noon Central, that clock will hit zero and it will be replaced with the address to make your purchase of your currency. So why did we do this? Well, here's the reason. First of all, I'm telling you, I got it from. I had a friend that had a nightclub, okay? And I went to his nightclub and he literally had a line wrapped around the corner. And so I walked into the club. He had 20 people in the club. They had a line wrapped around it. So I said, man, why don't you let everybody in? I said, ain't nobody hardly in here. He said, well, Troy, if I let everybody in the club, he said, what happens is people will drive up and see nobody standing in line and just leave because they feel like nothing's happening. And so he says, well, when they see a line outside, they want to be a part of it. And so they'll park and go get in line. And some people want to get in the front of the line or whatever, but it keeps things really exciting for people. And so we do the same thing. We only allow new people in on Thursday. So when the new people come in, imagine water flowing, okay? Water's flowing freely. It has no power whatsoever. But if you restrict that water to moving through a really small opening, okay, then it gets very powerful. So powerful, literally, you can cut rock with water. If you can restrict it enough and it gets too much, it's so powerful, you can cut rock, okay? So by restricting the new people, instead of just letting new people in at any time, when we restrict them to coming in on Thursdays, what that does is that triggers us to go into exponential growth, okay? Because the price when the clock hits 12, price starts going up typically, and we for the most part know the pattern you'll see is that on Thursdays as the price tends to go up, okay? And so people who want to sell or whatever, they can kind of sell at that moment because we want to sell high if we can, all right? And then the new people come in or whatever. And then we know for the most part on Friday, okay, again, another pattern that you'll see with your own two eyes, okay, is that typically on Friday, the price of our currency is at its lowest price, all right? So remember, nothing wrong with the price going up and coming back down. We designed the currency that way because when the price is low, that is the time to buy more, okay? Not sell, that's the time to buy more. Accumulate it while its price is low. And then when the price is high or higher, either whether it be a couple of Thursdays or whatever from there, or whether it be, a year later, okay? And I'm gonna tell you a strategy there as well, that you have now something that you purchase at a lower price that now has a much bigger value, all right? So that's how you are able to spot a pattern with other cryptocurrency. There is no pattern to spot. Literally, you cannot tell when that currency is going to be high or low. There's no way to tell. With our currency, once you can see those patterns, then literally it is almost impossible for you to lose money unless you just don't want to, you're not paying any attention whatsoever. And so that is something that we have at our advantage. Now, Chief, what I want to tell them about is the two types of buyers. Can I go into that right quick?
Yes, because I was about to ask. Yes, go ahead.
All right. Now, this is very important right here for you to understand. There's two strategies when it comes to crypto. When it comes to make money, you have your people who buy and sell, and you have your people who buy and hold it. All right. So let me tell you the difference between the two, because nobody's ever going to break this down to you the way I'm going to do it for you. Okay. typically, when people don't know any better, they'll come and they'll buy some cryptocurrency. Let's say they buy $1,000 worth of currency, okay? Then the price of it goes up to $5,000. So then they turn around and they sell it, and they say, "Well, man, I just sold it. I bought it for 1,000. I sold it for 5,000, and I made a $4,000 profit," and they're happy with that. All right. Well, it's another way to look at that. Nothing wrong. That's a short-term gain right there. But there's another way to look at it. So to help you better understand, let's say that you have two people and they're both in the Apple business. Okay, they want to sell apples. Okay, so they both have $1,000. So person number one takes his $1,000. He goes buy some apples. The cost of the apples costs him $1 a piece. So he buys 1,000 apples for $1,000. The price of apples goes up to $5. So then he sells all of his apples. Okay, when he sells all of his apples now, he has made a $4,000 profit. He's happy. But now he's out of the Apple business. So he comes back and says, "Man, I made some good money with those apples. Let me get back into the Apple business to make some more money." So he takes another $1,000 and he go buys some more apples. Now the apples, instead of he sold his apples for $5. Now apples cost $10 a piece. So he takes his $1,000, he buys 100 apples. But he doesn't care because he just bought $1,000 worth of apples. But he only got 100 this time. Remember, he had 1,000 apples before. So he turns around, he paid $10 a piece for them. But think about this for a minute. He had the apples for $1 a piece. He sold them for $5 and literally bought back apples at 10. You can make money doing that, but you can never get wealthy doing that. Okay, you can just make a little money here because the next time, let's say again, he paid $10 for the apples, so now he turns around and they go up to $50. He's selling for $50 an apple. Okay, then he comes back and he says, our apple business, I just made another $4,000, so let me buy another $1,000 worth of apples. But now apples cost $100 a piece. He gets 10 apples. So he spent $100 a piece for apples, and so he gets 10 of them when he had 1,000 apples for $1 a piece that he let go. So he was better off, in a sense, holding those apples than selling them. But he can't see the big picture. He can only see the trees in the forest. He can't see the forest. So now let's take the person who buys and holds. They look at their business totally different. What they do is they say, "Okay, I know I'm in the apple business, but I'm not selling apples today. I'm going to plant apple seeds." So they plant their seeds in the ground and they let the seeds grow into an apple orchard. So they come back to their orchard, and a little time down the road, 6 months or whatever, now their orchard is worth $100,000. So they say, "Okay, I got an orchard worth $100,000. Let me take $2,500 worth of my apples off my trees, take them to market, and I'm going to sell them for $2,500. Every week, he can go back to his orchard and get $2,500 worth of apples, take them to market and sell them. That's $10,000 a month, $120,000 a year. And his orchard will continue to grow new apples so that he can continue to do that year after year after year. So you see, by him holding on and letting it grow, he has set up a situation that generates a residual income from him. And this beautiful part about it is that this is in cryptocurrency. So, when it's in cryptocurrency, can't nobody take this money from you. This money, you could have $10 million, $100 million in cryptocurrency, and nobody knows about it. It's your money, it's yours. You have 100% control over it. As long as you have your passcode, nobody has access to your cryptocurrency. All right? So it's extremely secure.
Indeed. I appreciate that breakdown. And again, a lot of people don't realize that people, because people just get into trends. They hear people buying cryptocurrencies and they don't get the knowledge. And I tell people I've been trading currencies for over 2 years now, and I've done pretty well myself, but I had to learn the art and the skill. Even when you're just buying and selling, there's a skill to that. But the key is holding, because when you hold it, then you're stepping into what we call compounding. And that's what banks and hedge funds, and that's what they do with people's money. The bank, you put $200 in the bank. All right, the bank will give you a 1% interest every year. That's $2. But guess what they do? Every 90 days, they turn your $200 into $1 million. You see what I'm saying? So Mr. Mason, he literally came up with a system with the cryptocurrency that, yes, if you want to sell, go ahead and sell. Nothing wrong with that. You got a bill to pay, go ahead and pay your bill. But the key is to building the wealth, is to hold the currency, let it mature. Like as you see, old wine is more expensive than new wine. So he's creating a coin. All right, he has created a coin that's literally going to be an old age coin, where the longer you hold it, the more value it has, because we're about building wealth. Now, Mr. Mason, we have a few more minutes on here. Before we go, I know there is a process. We want to make sure that people go to the website, go through the process, because they cannot just buy the coin off right. They have to get BNB Smart Chain to convert it to the coin. So it's all that information on the website, and we want to make sure.
Can you go to the website and go to how to buy? Let's just talk about that right quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So when you pull up the website, I'll tell
you. All right. Let me just share my screen real quick, and we're going to do that. All right, because we want to make sure everybody's ready for Thursday and not scrambling to get what they need for Thursday to buy the token. So go ahead.
Okay, if you scroll down to the bottom, once you get to our website, if you go down to the very bottom here, you're going to see, it's going to say how to buy.
Okay. Let me just go back up.
Go up a little bit, go up, 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 up. How to go up, how to buy. Keep going.
Keep going, okay.
Okay, right there, how to buy, okay?
All right. Yeah.
Well, basically, when you see how to buy, what you have to do is you have to go use your cell phone, okay, and download Trust Wallet, all right? You download Trust Wallet and you set up the Trust Wallet. All right, once you set up the Trust Wallet, then you click on Buy BNB. You want to buy BNB. And you buy the BNB currency.
The smart chain.
Yeah, smart chain, I'm sorry. It's actually BNB, but on here it shows up as smart chain.
Yes.
So you want to buy, so let's say you want to spend $1,000. So you'll buy $1,000 worth of smart chain currency. All right. And now you can do this before Thursday. As a matter of fact, you want to do it before Thursday. So that what happens is that you're ready now. Once you own the BNB, you have it in your wallet, you're ready to swap it for the ZTEG currency. Scroll down a little bit to the red. Keep going. Right there. But it says, if you're a new customer, steps below cannot be completed until the clock hits 0. So in order to swap the BNB for the ZTEG currency, you can't do it until the clock hits 0 and you get the address, because you have to copy that address and plug it in and say you want to swap BNB currency for our ZTEG1 currency. You need that address so that this pancake swap or whatever, and just follow the instructions, will then be able to make that swap for you and change the BNB into ZTEG1. So what you're going to see on Thursday is the faster you do it, as the price is going up, typically the better price you get. So, so just, be mindful when that clock hits 0 to go ahead on and complete this steps right here, which you cannot do until the clock hits 0. But otherwise, if you run into any issues or problems or whatever, at the very top of our website, we have a Telegram link, okay? And you're welcome to join our Telegram group, okay? At the very top, right there, okay? You see Telegram in the navigation bar, right there.
Yes.
So, it's second one, third one from the end.
Yeah.
Okay, right there, Telegram. You click on that and join that Telegram group. And pretty much all of us are part of the Telegram group. You can even join it before, before Thursday if you want. But you can be a part of that. So if you have any questions or whatever, typically these guys are really, they're currency owners. and they're very committed. They give good information. If you run into any roadblocks or have any questions or whatever, they can help walk you through this thing and make it very, very easy for you to, to make your purchase here. But bottom line is that at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you this right now. When it comes to cryptocurrency, this is one you don't want to miss, okay? Because we will never see another transference of wealth like this again in our lifetime. Our grandparents couldn't have done this. This 5 years ago, even 5 years ago, what I'm telling you today was not possible. And I'm telling you that 5 years in the future, that what we're doing here today will not be possible 5 years from now. This moment in time in history will only be here for a fraction of the time here. We got maybe a year, 2, 3 years tops, okay, before the government comes in and makes everything, regulates everything, and you won't be able to do this kind of stuff as freely as we're doing now. So, you'll have to have bonds and insurance and a net worth of millions of dollars and all types of requirements in order to be able to create something like this that people can take advantage of. But today, it exists right now. So by the time that all that other stuff happens, you could be up millions of dollars. And again, I'm not giving you financial advice or anything like that. But one thing we know for sure is that there are people in the crypto space who have made millions, even billions of dollars. Right now, our currency is under a penny. So, if you could go back in a time machine and buy Bitcoin when it was under a penny, and you bought $1,000 worth, you could be a billionaire today. I mean, literally. I mean, it is, and that money, again, once you have it accumulated, it is yours. And nobody come and take it from you. It's yours. And so we just want to help people to make better decisions and let them know that there is, if you want to look at crypto, you can either go out and buy it and have no clue about no patterns of what's going on, or you can buy a cryptocurrency that's designed in order for you to see the patterns because of the way we have everything structured.
All right, beautiful, beautiful. Mr. Mason, we got about 2.5 more minutes. So with that being said, guys, do me a favor. Please go. I have put the website in the link at least 6-7 times. Go to the website and at least join the Telegram group. And you want to be able to get some help in getting your BNB Smart Chain, getting your Trust Wallet set up. You want to definitely do that. If you have an iPhone, there's a different process. If you have an Android, there's a different process, and everything is on the website. I mean, it's professionally done. There's a team of people that are anxious and eager to help because we know together we are stronger. So, Mr. Mason, I know you just said it, but I know there's so many millions of coins out there in so many words. Could you just sum it up for somebody who don't know anything about crypto and just looking to say, okay, you know what? I heard about this, I heard about that, but why would I get the ZTEG coin in so many words?
Okay, it's real simple, guys. There are thousands of coins out here, thousands. And everybody's saying, which is the next hot coin? Which is the next hot coin? And what these hot coins are doing is they're launching, they're going up, and they're coming down, and then they stay pretty much flat, 99% of them. Okay, but none of them gives you a true strategy that allows you to be able to see a pattern that you can now use to make decisions on when to buy, when to sell, and what have you. That I'm telling you, can teach this to your children. Okay, take a look here. You can look at everything, and if you know what to look for, which we just told you, is on Thursdays. You're gonna look, see new people coming in. You're gonna see that that you're gonna see it move. Okay, and you're gonna see on Fridays that the prices are certainly come down. They're more reasonable as people sell off. That's okay. Nothing wrong. It's going to go up. It's going to come down, but it's going to go back up again. And once you're armed with that information and you look at it and see it with your own two eyes, once you know when the prices are low and the prices are high, you cannot help but make money. And there's no other cryptocurrency that you will look at, that you can look at and say with any kind of confidence that you know what's going, or have a good idea what's going to happen. All right. And so if you choice is picking a currency, getting involved with one where you have no clue what's going on, or being a part of a currency where you can say, well, hey, I might not be the smartest person in the room, but my goodness, I can see what's going on. Yeah. And if you can do that, then you have a chance in this industry to make some really good money, because this thing is not going anywhere. Indeed. And if you sit this one out, you just are, don't do this to yourself and your family. You have got to take advantage of this opportunity, because we won't see it again in our lifetime. Indeed, indeed, indeed. And somebody asked if I already have a trust wallet. Well, if you already have a trust wallet, you just got to make sure you have your BNB Smart Chain and go to the website on Thursday, and that's that to get the contract address. But if I were you, I would join the Telegram group and prepare myself, because there's nothing like preparation for success. So prepare yourself and don't wait until Thursday. Mr. Mason, I really, really appreciate you being here. In closing, do you have any last words that you want to tell the people before you leave? Because I know you have some other things to take care of. Sure. I'll tell you this here truthfully, that, again, everything you need, you can find it in the Telegram group. Again, you don't have to be super smart. You don't have to care how old you are, what kind of health you're in, or whatever. Don't miss this one right here, because this right here, when the word gets out that there's a cryptocurrency that has a pattern to it when none of the other ones do, we got $1 trillion a day. Go to coinmarketcap.com, see it with your own two eyes. Billions of dollars a day are exchanging hands from individual currencies, total of over $1 trillion a day. Go look at all that money, all right, and say, will a percentage of that be willing to have a currency that they can, with a pattern to it, to help them make better decisions? If the answer is, of course, yes. And knowing, if you know that in advance and you're part of this, that raises the value up as it gets more and more popular. Just like back Bitcoin, nobody knew about it. But the moment more and more people know about it, the value went up and up and up, because it was fresh and new. What we're doing, how we're doing it, is totally fresh and new to the cryptocurrency space. So when people find out about it, it becomes more and more valuable as it gains more and more attention. So you get in now and just sit back for the ride. All right. Indeed, indeed, indeed. Guys, well, I hope you guys appreciated the information that Mr. Mason brought in. If you got some value from this video, please, before you leave, go hit the subscribe button and click on the bell, because I always bring information, and I'm certainly sure won't be the last time I'll have him here, because he's doing amazing things. And like I said, he's the only CEO that I know that's already a millionaire, that anybody that's on his team or in his organization, members could just pick up the phone and actually call him, and he actually picks up. So to me, that alone in itself says a whole lot of volume. Okay, so guys, the website again is in the chat. So make sure you go to the website, www.ztegcrypto.com. Prepare yourself for Thursday, because you don't want to miss the setting of the clock. That's the excitement. Every week on Thursday, it goes to zero, and you get a chance to dive in, make some profits or hold, and build wealth. And let's literally get rid of that curse and that generational gap of just poor and being broke. All right, we could change that with ZTEG, because it's definitely the future. Mr. Mason, thank you once again, sir, and I will see you soon. Thank you. All right, thank you, guys. I really appreciate you guys' time. All right, take care. All righty. All right, guys, do me a favor, please. Like I said, hit the subscribe button and go check out the Telegram. Let's get you ready for this token, because the ZTEG, again, man, he's done something really, really special. And like he said, just to reiterate, so many different currencies out there, and you just have to buy or sell blindly.
and be paranoid. But with this, there's a strategy, there's a plan that teaches you, and you see it with your own eyes, right? You're buying low, you're selling high, or you're holding, okay, so that you could build wealth. So I really appreciate, love you guys for being here. And please subscribe to the channel, and I will see you guys at the top, because the bottom is just too crowded. And Chief Kalanago, talk to you soon.